You stand at the threshold of Marine Sniper School. The air is thick with tension, the hum of your breath the only sound as you absorb the weight of the moment. They told you to leave. You weren't supposed to be here. A woman, trying to prove herself in a school designed to hone some of the toughest soldiers in the world. They didn't think you had it in you. But here you are, staring down a challenge that most men would flinch from. You can't say it was easy to get here. Every step to this point has been filled with whispered doubts, condescending comments, and the cold silence of skepticism. Marine Sniper School doesn't welcome outsiders, much less women. It's a club of elite marksmen who are bred for war. And you, against all odds, want to be part of that legacy. They told you to leave, but you wouldn't. You couldn't. They didn't think you had what it takes, but you weren't about to let that stop you. You remember the recruiting officer's face when he handed you the application. His raised eyebrows, that flicker of disbelief. But you weren't the only one. The other recruits didn't think you belonged here either. A few exchanged looks when you walked in, making their judgments long before you'd fired a single shot. Still, there was something in you, a pull to the challenge. Maybe it was pride, maybe it was the fire in your belly, but deep down, you knew you were ready. You had to be. You were no stranger to obstacles. The world had been placing them in your path since you were young. And here, in this moment, on the very first day of sniper training, you felt that familiar itch. This, you knew, was where you were supposed to be. You make your way to the rifle range with the others. They look you up and down. You've heard the rumors. Some think you won't make it through the first week. They're all wrong. You know what it takes. But it's more than just skill. It's about surviving the isolation, the grueling tests, the physical exhaustion that tries to break you down. The instructors will be watching, waiting for any sign of weakness. You won't give them one. You spot your instructor, a grizzled veteran whose reputation precedes him. His eyes flick over you, appraising, dismissing, before he moves on to the others. He doesn't think you can hack it. No one does. But as you slide your rifle into position, steadying your breath and adjusting your scope, you know one thing for sure. You're not here to prove them right. You're here to show them they were wrong. The first day at Marine Sniper School is not what you expected. It's more intense, more demanding, and more isolating than anything you've experienced before. The physical training is brutal. You can feel your muscles protest with every push-up, every sprint, every pull-up. You push through it, though, ignoring the burn that threatens to shut you down. You are here to prove something, not just to them, but to yourself. There's a moment when the heat from the sun, the sweat trickling down your neck, and the ache in your body almost make you consider quitting. The doubt creeps in, faint at first, like a whisper. You look around at the men surrounding you. They're bigger, faster, stronger. It's easy to imagine them outpacing you, easily outlasting you. And then you catch sight of your instructor again, the same grizzled veteran who dismissed you earlier, his eyes now scanning the group with sharp precision. He's relentless. He doesn't care about your doubts or how you feel. It's not about feelings here. It's about grit. You force yourself to keep going, one movement at a time. Every push-up is a victory. Every sprint is an affirmation that you belong here. But the pressure is mounting. They're watching you closely, and you can sense their judgment. The few whispers that slip through the ranks suggest they're not convinced yet. You have to prove them wrong, and that means pushing past your limits, no matter how hard it gets. By the second day, you've begun to find your rhythm. The drills are brutal, and the hours drag on, but you start to find a certain peace in the repetition. You block out the exhaustion, the sweat, the pain, and focus only on the task in front of you. This is sniper training, after all, and it demands laser focus. It's not about raw power, it's about mental sharpness, patience, and precision. Slowly, you begin to adapt. The physical endurance tests become less about surviving and more about mastering your body. The mental tests, though, are an entirely different beast. They don't ease up on you just because you're a woman. If anything, they push harder, testing your resolve at every turn. The instructors demand precision, skill, and an unwavering commitment to the task. Every single movement, every decision you make must be calculated. In this world, hesitation is a luxury you can't afford, but that's when it happens. The moment that breaks you, Or rather, the moment that shows you just how far you've come. It's time for the first live fire exercise. You've prepared for this. You've visualized every possible scenario, rehearsed every movement in your head, but the reality is different. The pressure of the moment hits you like a wave. The first few shots are shaky. Your heart pounds in your chest, your hands are slick with sweat, and your mind races. You fight the urge to panic, focusing on the target through your scope. You steady your breath, slow your thoughts, and take aim again. The shot rings out. The first one is dead on target. The instructors watch, their eyes narrowing in surprise. You can almost hear the silent question in their minds. Could she actually make it? Your confidence grows with each shot, and the doubt that once weighed you down begins to fade, replaced with a quiet, unshakable certainty. By the end of the exercise, you've proven something to yourself and to them. You didn't just survive, you thrived. The instructor who had once given you that dismissive glance now offers a nod of respect, though he doesn't say a word. It's the smallest of acknowledgements, but it means the world. The others, too, seem to shift. The whispered doubts are quieter now. Some of them even begin to look at you with a new sense of respect, but there's still a long road ahead. The tests are just beginning. The real battle is not in hitting the target, it's in surviving what comes next. You lie in your bunk that night, staring up at the ceiling, your body sore and your mind racing. The self-doubt is gone for now, but the pressure remains. The instructors, your fellow recruits, they're all waiting for you to fail, and you can't afford to give them that satisfaction. Not now, not ever. Tomorrow, they will push you even harder, but you will be ready. As the days blur into each other, the pace of training only intensifies. The weeks ahead will push you further than you ever thought possible. Every morning brings another grueling series of drills, and the competition among your peers grows fiercer. They push you to the brink, testing your resolve with each exercise. And the pressure is not just physical, it's mental, emotional. There's no room for error, no room for weakness. Each drill, each shot, is an opportunity for them to see if you have what it takes to survive. You've been tested before. Growing up, you learned quickly that to be overlooked or underestimated is to fail. You weren't about to let that happen again. The doubts that lingered in the beginning, those moments of questioning whether you belonged, fade more and more as the days pass. With every day, you grow stronger, more focused, more determined. You've come to understand what it means to be a sniper, the patience, the precision, the calm under pressure. But even as you master the physical drills, the real challenge is still to come. It's in the moments when you're alone with your thoughts, when your doubts bubble up from the depths of your mind. And then, out of nowhere, something happens that shatters the calm you've worked so hard to build. You're in the middle of a shooting test. The target is moving now, and you have to adjust quickly. The sound of your breathing is the only thing you hear as you aim, center the crosshairs, and exhale slowly. Your finger moves gently to the trigger, and the shot rings out. It hits the target, but something isn't right. You're sure of it. You double-check. You feel it in your gut. The shot should have been perfect, but you missed by a fraction of an inch. The instructor watches, his face unreadable. You can't tell if he's impressed by your accuracy despite the small error, or if he's just waiting for you to crack under the pressure. But the look on his face is unsettling. There's no acknowledgement, no praise. He's waiting for the next shot, the next test. But you're not thinking about the missed shot anymore. Instead, something catches your eye in the distance. You notice another recruit, one of the bigger guys in the class, struggling to stay steady as he sets up his shot. He's clearly agitated, his hands shaking slightly as he moves his rifle into position. A bead of sweat forms on his forehead. You've seen him struggle before, but this time it's different. He's not just nervous. There's something in his eyes, something that tells you he's at the end of his rope. You see the panic building inside him, and it hits you hard. You've been in that place before, that place where your mind is screaming at you to give up, to take the easy way out. But you've learned not to listen to those thoughts, not to give them any power. And in that moment, you know what you need to do. You turn your focus back to your rifle, clearing your mind of everything but the shot in front of you. One shot, one moment. You calm yourself, breathe in, breathe out. The world seems to slow as you focus all your energy on the target. The pressure of the moment fades as you block everything else out, and when you pull the trigger, the shot is perfect. The instructor's eyes flicker over to you, an unreadable expression on his face. But this time, you don't care. You've done your best, and somehow that's enough. The self-doubt that used to threaten to take you down doesn't stand a chance anymore. You're not here to please anyone else. You're here to prove to yourself that you have the strength, the ability to overcome everything stacked against you. The rest of the training continues with the same brutal intensity, but something shifts in you after that day. You're no longer fighting for their approval, you're fighting for yourself. The other recruits begin to take notice. There's no longer a whispered judgment when you step onto the range, no more doubts about your place in this school. You've earned their respect. But still, the tests continue, and the challenge doesn't let up. In fact, it only grows. They push you harder now, knowing that you've proven you have the strength to survive the first round of challenges. The days stretch into weeks, and you can feel your limits being tested at every turn. Despite the pressure, you find a sense of calm in the chaos. It's as though you've accepted the fact that you can't control everything. The only thing you can control is your reaction, your focus, your ability to keep moving forward when it feels like the whole world is set against you. And then one day, the challenge arrives, a test that you never saw coming. You've completed the physical drills, you've made the shots, and you've survived the hardest part of sniper training. But this test is different. This is the final one, the one that will prove once and for all if you've earned the right to wear the title of Marine Sniper. They call it the final field test. And it's a series of exercises that combine everything you've learned so far, physical endurance, mental strength, and of course the marksmanship that has become second nature to you by now. But this time, there's a new twist. The recruits are paired off into teams. You don't know it yet, but this test is going to be the most difficult one yet, and it will be the one that sets you apart. The final field test is like nothing you've faced before. The instructors tell you that this exercise will push you past everything you've already done, past every limit you've set for yourself. It's about teamwork, strategy, and a level of composure you've yet to demonstrate under extreme pressure. You're paired with another recruit, a man who, despite his size and experience, doesn't seem to have the same focus that you do. You've seen him struggle in some of the earlier exercises, but there's no time for hesitation now. The test has already begun. The clock starts ticking, and you're thrown into a real-world simulation that demands everything you've learned. You'll have to track targets, communicate effectively, and take shots while under pressure, while enduring exhaustion, while fighting every urge to doubt yourself. This isn't just about precision anymore. This is about survival. It's a grueling process. You and your partner are tasked with setting up a position, calculating range, wind speed, and angle. You have to be aware of every sound, every shift in the environment. The smallest mistake could make the difference between success and failure. The pressure weighs on you both. But your partner falters. He hesitates. In this world, hesitation is a death sentence. The doubt creeps back in. Is he the right partner? Can he pull his weight when it matters? But you push the thought aside. You don't have the luxury of doubt. It's not about him. It's about getting the job done. You've learned that by now. Everything you need to know is within you. You've come this far because of the strength in your core, the quiet resilience that drives you to keep moving forward, no matter the obstacles. You begin to take charge. You step in, giving clear directions, guiding him through the steps that have become second nature to you. The precision, the focus, it all falls into place. You breathe in deeply, center yourself, and begin the calculations. You remember everything the instructors taught you, the wind, the pressure, the subtle movements of the target. You dial in the scope, line up the shot, and exhale. The rifle kicks back in your arms and the shot rings out, dead center. Your partner looks at you wide-eyed as if surprised by your calm demeanor. His respect for you is evident, but there's still that lingering uncertainty in his eyes. But you don't care. You're not here for anyone's approval. You're here to prove you belong. The clock is ticking, and the final test is near its end. It feels like time is moving faster than you can process. The fatigue is setting in. Your muscles ache. Your body feels like it's on the verge of collapse. But you press on. One step, one breath, one calculation at a time. You've done the physical work. You've honed your mind. Now, you just need to trust yourself. The next target appears, and it's farther than the previous one. You know this shot will require every bit of your training, every ounce of your focus. Your hands are steady despite the exhaustion, the adrenaline coursing through your veins. You breathe in, and everything else fades away. In this moment, there's only you and the target. You're not thinking about the hundreds of drills, the dozens of sleepless nights. You're thinking about the single shot in front of you. The trigger pulls and your partner gasps. The target falls. It's a perfect shot. You exchange a glance, and for the first time, your partner's respect feels real. He doesn't speak, but you can feel the shift. He knows now. You've proven yourself not just as a sniper, but as a teammate, someone who can lead, who can stay calm under pressure. That, more than anything, is what makes the difference. As you walk back to the base camp, your body heavy with exhaustion, you can hear the murmurs from the other recruits. The respect is palpable now, not just for your skill with a rifle, but for your ability to adapt, to rise to the occasion, to keep moving forward when the pressure felt unbearable. You've shown them that it's not about being the biggest, the strongest, or the fastest. It's about mental toughness. And in that moment, you've earned the place you fought so hard for. But then something unexpected happens. The instructor who had watched you so critically during the first few days steps forward, a hard glint in his eyes. He doesn't congratulate you. He doesn't offer words of praise. Instead, he holds up your rifle, looking it over with meticulous attention. You watch him, unsure of what's coming. The tension rises again, thick and heavy in the air. It's as if the weight of all those silent expectations from the past weeks is about to come crashing down on you. Your heart skips a beat. The instructor's eyes flicker to the engraved number on your rifle. Your stomach tightens. You don't know why, but something about the way he looks at it doesn't sit right with you. It's just a number, a simple serial number, like the one on every other rifle in the training camp. Or so you think. The instructor's hand tightens around the barrel. His expression shifts. You see him glance at the other instructors standing off to the side. There's something in his gaze, something that makes the air feel even thicker. The moment stretches into an eternity, and then, without a word, he steps back, nods curtly, and walks away. You're left standing there, rifle in hand, the weight of the silence louder than any words could be. You don't understand why the number made him react like that, but you sense that it means something. Something you haven't fully grasped yet. The other recruits are silent now. You can feel their eyes on you, their judgment, their questions. But you don't care. Whatever that number means, you've earned your place here. That much is undeniable. Whatever comes next, you'll face it head on like you've always done. But for now, the focus is on the moment you've just conquered, the one that proves you belong here, that you've made it through the hardest trial of all. And tomorrow, you'll face whatever the instructors throw at you with the same unwavering determination that has carried you this far. The next few days are a blur of drills and assessments, but it's clear now you've earned a certain level of respect. The initial skepticism about your ability to endure this training, to match up with the others, fades into the background. Every shot you take, every test you pass, brings you closer to the final moment of this journey. The moment where you will either be chosen to carry the title of Marine Sniper or be sent home. But that number, engraved on your rifle, continues to weigh on your mind. Why had the instructor reacted the way he did? Why had they all glanced at it as if they had seen something in that serial number that you hadn't? It gnaws at you, but you push it aside. There's no room for distraction here. The final test looms ahead, and you can't afford to lose focus now. You've come this far. The rifle, that number, will mean nothing if you fail to prove yourself one last time. And so, you throw yourself into the final push with everything you've got. The instructors, having seen you work through everything they've thrown at you so far, no longer see you as a woman trying to prove herself. They see you as a sniper. The work has paid off. Your reflexes are sharp, Your calculations are instinctive, and your shots hit their mark with a deadly precision that would make any seasoned Marine proud. You are calm. You are capable, and more than anything, you are confident. But even as the days drag on, there's still that lingering sense of anticipation. What comes next? What does the future hold for you after this training? As you lay in your bunk at night, the weight of the day settling into your body, you can't help but think of the path ahead. Snipers don't just carry rifles, they carry responsibility. Every shot, every decision can make the difference between life and death. You'll carry the lives of your comrades with you in each mission, in every moment that follows. The final test arrives with an intensity that you haven't felt before. The instructors have kept you on your toes, pushing you through every conceivable scenario. But now, the stakes are higher than ever. The last field test combines everything you've learned so far, the physical endurance, the mental fortitude, the sniper skills. It's a test of everything. This is it. Your heart pounds as you step into the mock battlefield, the world outside feeling miles away. There's a chill in the air, the faint smell of gunpowder still lingering from earlier drills. You adjust your gear, checking your rifle one last time. The weight of the weapon feels like it's finally become part of you. The rifle is an extension of yourself now. Every move, every shot is practiced, instinctual. You know what you're doing. The instructors give you little more than a nod, signaling that the exercise is about to begin. And just like that, the chaos starts. Targets appear. You've been here before, many times in training. You know the routine, you know how to track, how to take aim, how to pull the trigger. But this time, the targets are moving faster, more unpredictably. The clock is ticking. You can hear it in your mind. Tick-tock, tick-tock. The first shot is clear. Your breath steady, your focus razor-sharp. The target drops and you're already moving, scanning for the next one. The second shot, perfect. Then the third. The instructors, standing off to the side, watch intently, their faces impassive. They haven't shown you much praise yet, but you know they're impressed. There's no room for words here, only actions. And right now, your actions are speaking volumes. The last phase of the test is a series of long-range shots. You're exhausted, your body aching from the days of training, but you push through it. This is the moment that will decide your future. You slide into position, your eyes narrowing as you line up the shot. It feels familiar now, the world narrowing down to just you and the target. You exhale, steadying your breath, and squeeze the trigger. The shot rings out and the target falls. It's not over yet. The test isn't finished, but you can already feel the adrenaline fading, replaced by the sense of finality. You've done it. Every shot, every movement has been perfect. And though there's no immediate applause, no fanfare, you know you've earned your place here. As you finish the test and make your way back to the instructors, you notice something different in their eyes. The respect is unmistakable. There's no need for words now. They've seen everything they need to see. You're ready. You've made it. But as you approach the instructor who had questioned you earlier, the one who had reacted to the number engraved on your rifle, he steps forward. His gaze is steady, and for the first time there's a hint of something other than skepticism in his eyes. It's almost pride. He doesn't say anything at first, but then he looks down at the rifle in your hands, and there's that moment again. That brief, heavy silence. Finally he speaks. You've earned this. He nods toward the rifle. And you've earned the right to carry it. We don't just hand this out to anyone. The number, the one that's haunted you since the first day. The one that you thought was just a mark of your rifle's serial number. It's not just any number. It's a number that signifies the number of successful operations you've been through. You weren't just carrying a rifle, you were carrying the weight of a sniper's legacy. That number was yours, earned through every trial, every test. It represented not only your training, but the respect you had earned, the endurance you had shown, and the unspoken bond you now shared with the men and women who walked this path before you. For the first time since the start of this journey, you smile. You understand now. You've truly become one of them. The days following the final test are a whirlwind, a blur of congratulatory nods and fleeting smiles. You've passed the hardest trials, earned your place, and finally, after all the physical and emotional strain, you've proven yourself as a Marine sniper. The last test, the final assessment, and the number etched onto your rifle, all of it now makes sense. It's not just a mark, it's a symbol, a testament to the battles you fought to be here, a badge of honor. But that's not the end of it. No, not for you. Because while most might think that the title of Marine Sniper is the ultimate goal, you know it's only the beginning. This title doesn't just change your life, it alters your very existence. It's a responsibility that you'll carry with you every day, in every moment, for as long as you wear that badge. You move through the motions now, walking with a steady confidence you didn't have before, knowing that the instructor's silent acknowledgement means more than any words could ever convey. The others? They've stopped whispering about you. Now they look at you with the quiet respect earned only through sweat and sacrifice. You're no longer an outsider, no longer an unknown. You are one of them. But even as you settle into this new identity, you begin to realize something more profound, the true weight of what it means to be a sniper. It's not about the shots you take, it's about the decisions you make, the lives you impact. Every shot has a consequence, and while the training has made you into a sharpshooter, it has also made you acutely aware of the immense responsibility that comes with that skill. Every mission, every operation, will require you to make decisions that others simply won't understand. In those moments when you're crouched in the shadows, rifle aimed at a target, the world around you becomes quieter, the stakes higher. You've earned the right to carry the rifle, to make the shot, but you also carry the weight of the choices you make when the time comes. The line between life and death has never been so thin, and it's something you've learned to respect in every fiber of your being. And yet, despite the weight of it all, there's a quiet pride that settles into your chest. You've made it through something that not many people could, and you've done it not just as a Marine, but as a woman in a space that wasn't supposed to be yours. It's a victory that goes beyond the individual. It's a victory that says, yes, you can. It says, you belong here. The days blur into weeks, and as you begin to integrate fully into your new role, you start to see just how much it's changed you. Your body is leaner, stronger, sharper than before. Your mind, too, has been honed like a blade, every thought purposeful, every decision made with precision. But it's not just about what you've gained. It's also about what you've lost. The camaraderie you now share with your fellow snipers comes with a certain isolation, a quiet understanding that you walk a different path than others. And you begin to realize something even more profound. That rifle, the one with the number engraved on it, isn't just a tool for battle. It's a reminder that you've proven something, that you've fought for every inch of respect you've earned, that you're not here by accident. You're here because you fought for it, because you endured. And that number will always serve as a marker, a constant reminder that you've conquered what was once thought impossible. You think about the instructor who had questioned you, the one who had examined your rifle and looked at that number with such intensity. What was it that had caught his attention? Had it been that you were not supposed to make it this far? That you, a woman, were somehow an anomaly in this world of Marine snipers? Did he think that the number etched into your rifle was some sort of mistake? Or perhaps, just perhaps, he had seen it for what it was, a record of your journey, each victory engraved in that cold metal, every trial endured, every shot made. The number on your rifle wasn't just a label, it was your history, your legacy, and it was earned. As time passes, the reality of your new role settles in. You find yourself on missions, silently moving through terrain, eyes trained on the target, body instinctively steady. You begin to understand the true weight of what it means to be a Marine sniper. You are more than just a soldier. You are a keeper of life and death, a silent watcher of the battlefield. And as you take each shot, you think back to the long journey it took to get here. You remember the early days of doubt, of the whispers, of the questions that people had about your ability to make it. You remember the grueling tests, the exhaustion, the sacrifices, the moments of doubt that almost broke you. But you also remember the quiet resolve that pushed you through it all, the knowledge that you weren't here to prove anyone wrong. You were here to prove to yourself that you could do it, that you could make it. And now, with each mission you undertake, each shot you fire, you know you've earned more than just the title of Marine Sniper. You've earned a place in a legacy, one that stretches beyond the rifle and into the very heart of who you are. You carry that legacy now, like the number on your rifle, a constant reminder of where you've been, what you've overcome, and who you've become. It's not about being the first woman to do this. It's not about proving anything to anyone else. It's about proving to yourself that you belong. You always have.